Okay, digital peeps. Okay, I'm here. Here. Hi, digital peeps at YouTube. It's mkgtweety and I'm back at YouTube. Oh, yeah. mkgtweety's back. Yes, we'll fix you there just a second. There we go. Well, we're going to explain my absence. We're on a brand new channel, by the way. It's mkgtweety now. We'll explain everything. Excuse me, didn't mean to cough. We've got food out here. We've got iced tea in a mug. It has tweety on it. Tweety bird. Yeah, it's from Tweety. We've got some cream cauliflower soup, which is the best thing you ever had in your life. Just made it a couple days ago. Some leftovers. We have some eclairs, chocolate eclairs. We have some of these cauliflower tater tots. Piece of bread. So, yes, digital peeps, I am back at YouTube. We're going to explain my absence and the wonderful miracle that happened because of it. I got suspended off of YouTube. And you're probably thinking to yourself, mkgtweety, you're one of the nicest people ever in the world. How could you get suspended off of YouTube? What did you do? I'm like, must have been bad. Well, we'll get to everything. Hi, I'm mkgtweety. If you don't know who I am, I had a channel called mkgtweety. That is my screen name, which I choose to go by online. I actually do have a real name. My real name is technically unisex. It could be for a boy or a girl. And actually, someone I'm sub to here at YouTube has my name. Where's where? So, I'm going to talk about how I got suspended. And it was really over something stupid, digital peeps. Really, when you think about it. So, we're going to take you back to last year, which is 2019. This was around, now these are the events, and this is what I was doing at the time of the suspension, what I was getting, because it was Halloween time coming up and all this stuff. So this was like August, September of 2019. I was picking out what I was going to do. I was going to create a Halloween post for the year, talk about what I was going to do, and then I made a decision that, okay, we're going to learn how to edit this year. At the time, talking about 2019. And I thought, I got to learn how to do this. If because I was getting sick and tired of posting, 2-part videos, 3-part videos, 4-part videos, and stuff. And so I went online and I did a Google search. And what I'm going to say to you before I talk about this is I'm not sponsored. I'm not paid. This is just somebody who found a website and their experience with the first time uses of this website. So I go to Google and I type it up, and there's a website, and it's called Clipchamp. Helps you make videos for social media. Whether you're doing something for Facebook or Instagram, say you have a product and you want to market, that kind of stuff. And they said, we also do YouTube stuff. And I was like thrilled, and, I thought, okay, I'm going to play around with this a little bit. I'm going to start with a video I had just made. This was me being at the gig. And if you're seeing this for the very first time, or you don't remember, I roadie with my dad. That means I help set up and tear down his drums. He plays for a band called The Vogues. You can go look them up online. They came out 63, 64, 65, like around in that time frame. Like 64, 65 mostly. Something around there. And if you watched the TV recently, there's a Volkswagen commercial. And you might hear a song that goes, "There is someone walking behind you. Turn around, look at me. That is actually my dad's band. That is one of their songs. It was a big, huge hit that they had. Smash hit, as we like to say now. But yeah, my dad's band's actually in a national commercial, and I tweeted about it. I am on Twitter, which is at mkgtweety. All my socials are linked in the description box below. I have a Pinterest, Tumblr, Wattpad, and I'm on Twitter. It's at mkgtweety. I was tweeting during the process of my suspension and all this, but don't worry. When you see the story, you're going to be like, oh my god, I can't believe you did that. So we were at a gig. This was my hometown where I live. I live 30 minutes outside of Pittsburgh at Pennsylvania. As to where you don't need to know. Oh my god, I can't believe. So I said, so that was the first video we were going to start. I was going to learn how to mess and play around and figure out, you know. And then I figured, okay, if we're going to edit, let's do a very good video. Let's try and practice on that. So what I did is I'd come up with this post for Halloween. Now, the post at the time was something that I was working on already. Okay, this was maybe a year or two. I had started it, and then it was like, hey, I'll come back to it later. Later was like a couple year or two. And it was a good, I had made it at the time, and I'd taken step-by-step instructions when and what every step's supposed to look like. It was going to be a post for Tumblr. Okay, and then I thought, well, you know what? We'll do a video, we'll edit it, we'll make it look good, and this will be fun. So, it was going to be, and don't worry, all this is going to get posted, but I have to preference. What is going on here? Kleenex. Around New Year's, I had gotten a cold, so, you know, some lingering effects of cold. It's just been here and there kind of stuff. So, So, I had already started the post. So, I started looking at what I had already had started with it. And, you know, I kind of, you know, coming back to it with some fresh eyes really helped. Because, you know, some things when you put it away and then you come back to it, or whatever, and you happen to see a fresh pair of eyes on it, really helps. So, I'm like, okay, if we're going to do this, what do we got to do? So, I started fixing up what I already had done, making it better, bigger, and better, and everything. And I said, okay, we'll get everything we need for this recipe. It was a cookie recipe. It was peanut butter, chocolate sandwich cookies that were turned into buggies. So you had a peanut butter cookie, you had chocolate frosting in the middle as the sandwich, and then you had pretzel sticks for the antennae, and then you had 3 pretzel sticks broken in half, so you had 6 pretzel sticks, 3 on each side, and then you had chocolate chips for the eyeballs, smaller ones if you wanted mini eyeballs or more eyeballs on. And, you know, it was great. It was going to be like perfect Halloween post. Kids can make it. You can make it for Halloween trick-or-treaters. You know, it was just a cookie if you make the cookies big enough, you know, and just put them in a bag, like a sandwich baggie or a cellophane or a wax paper baggie, and you could send it off to the, you know, your child's school. We had dietary restrictions, so if anybody had a peanut allergy, okay, then you use a chocolate chip or a sugar cookie. If you didn't want to go chocolate chip, we had white chocolate chip route. If you're gluten-free, use everything gluten-free. If you're vegan, use a vegan recipe. You know, I was totally covering all dietary needs on this thing. If you didn't like chocolate, you could, if you didn't like chocolate frosting, or if you didn't want to use, excuse me, I should back that up. If you didn't like peanut butter cookies, or you didn't want to use peanut butter cookies, use a chocolate or sugar or cookie or the white chocolate chip cookie thing. You can use either refrigerated dough, meaning stuff you find at the store, a mix you find in the baking aisle, because there are, Betty Crocker has good mixes with that, or you can use your own homemade recipe of cookie dough. So if you had a recipe that you liked, I was putting in one from Martha Stewart, ones that I particularly like and I have used before. So, and I was, okay, I'll make the video and then I'll finish the post. I'd finished the pictures and everything, but I did type step-by-step instructions, but I had everything I needed at the time to make video. So, I went ahead, I bought everything I needed for the video, and then it was like the next day or two, I then go ahead and make the video. And I turn the camera on and off after every step. And then after I did that, I uploaded the clips into my PC. And then after that, we went to ClipChamp and we put the clips together and we had a video. A 51 minute and some second video. Now, why so long, Digital Peeps? Well, because as you know, I talk about things in my life. I talk about things going on with the redhead. My favorite singer in the whole entire world, Torian, you can go look her up. She's TYMOS, small letters, one word, all in the socials. Plays some of the best piano you ever heard in your whole entire life. Digital Peeps, fabulous singer, been loving her since '96. And she didn't come out with any news at the time, but now we got big news, so I will explain all that just a little bit later and all that kind of stuff. So, I talk about news, so if anybody's, a fan or whatever, and just like hear me ramble, then yeah. So, so, then what ended up happening is I made the video I had done. I was like, oh, my first edited, I was so excited. My first edited video ever on the channel. At my old channel, mkgtweety. And I was just so excited. I was shouting from the rooftops. I was so excited. I was in the middle of typing up the step-by-step instructions. And then both posts were going to go up about the same time. Now, also around this time, you had Shane Dawson's series, which actually started to come out. I got to watch it all, and I loved it. Thought it was... You're going to hear my clock, Digital Peeps. It is 11 p.m. where I live at. My clock bings every hour and every half hour. So, sorry for the rudeness of my clock. So, yeah, I live on the East Coast. So, it's 11 p.m. Views on my TV muted. Anyway. And... I was all excited. I was very, very happy and proud of myself that I did this all by myself. Now, around this time, now we're getting into the beginning of October. Shane Dawson puts out a series. I think I watched the first three episodes in when I got suspended. So, and I was heartbroken. I'm like, it was over something really stupid, but we'll get to that in a second. So, I'm there, and there's this YouTuber that I follow. Her name's Great Red Girl. Y'all heard of her. She got like 8 million something subscribers, and she goes by money, and she's fabulous, and she's wonderful, and she is just amazing. I love her. She's only like 2 or 3 years younger than I am, and I'm like 36 years old, Digital Peeps. 36 and a half. We'll be 37 in April of 2020. Hey. I was born in the 80s, Digital Peeps. Even though I don't look like it. But, hey. Whatever. Okay. So, she had a live stream, and she goes, "Oh, we're gonna do some fun things, and uh, uh, I got these books, these fabulous books or whatever." And I go to the stream, and she's reading off. This is the first. She had 2 live streams, and the second one is what spiraled the whole suspension thing. So the first live stream, she's reading these books, and then she says, "Oh, I got this book of birthdays." Now, I knew the kind of book that she was talking about because my mom had borrowed a very similar book just to look at it from somebody at the time who we knew. This was like way back in the day. And basically what it is, it's a book of birthdays. And it tells you from January 1st to December 31st. You choose your day, whether it's March 5th or July 19th or whatever, something like that. October 21st, you pick the day whenever you were born, and it tells you all about that day. So where do you fall in the astrological chart? Are you a Leo? Are you a Taurus, like myself? I am a Taurus. My dad's also a Taurus. He's a week after my birthday. It's like my birthday and then his birthday like a week later. So how cool is that? Are you a Scorpion or you whatever? And then it tells you what like all about, like if you're born on this day, blah blah blah, and then it had like famous people who were born on this particular day, who you share a birthday with, and the famous people were out there. And I remember the book being white, blue, gold, like it had like stars and moons, and the lettering was in gold and everything. It was a thick book, did you read? And, every page was like a day. Okay? And I kept putting in my birthday, hoping that she would see it. My birthday is April 21st. I have the Queen of England's birthday. The one where, like, Meghan and Harry are from? That queen, like his grandmother's Queen Elizabeth? Yeah. And I have to applaud them because he is wanting to make sure that his child doesn't end up like his mother. And he wants, it's like Megan, like, wears the wrong ring or she wears the wrong kind of shoes. And the press is all over going, well, that's not how you're supposed to do it, sister. I think the Queen is very sad, I think. But, she knows that if this is something that he wants to do, I will wholeheartedly support him. And I will do whatever, And the Canadians don't even want, I'm like, hey, girlfriend. You can come live where I live at, and I live, like, a pretty chill neighborhood, like, the only people I say hi to is my neighbor who lives, like, right up my little teeny hill here, like, you just go up the driveway and just go say hi, but it's very nice and quiet where I live it. I mean, the only noise you'd have is just the traffic going by, but other than that, but I applaud them. I also think people need to lay up on her parenting style. I think she was trying to adjust him for the camera. And I think with the picture that they got, it was kind of like he got, she was trying to shift him into the middle. And he fell more to the side and people got, But anyway. So, that Queen of England, she has a husband, Philip. She has a grandson named William. All, there's Prince Charles, like that Queen of England, okay? Which, if I met her, I would tell her she was fabulous, and it was her birthday. The Patti LuPone of Don't Cry For Me, Argentina, Broadway phenomenon, which I hear she's coming in company in March, I believe. She did the British, it was in East End last year, and I knew the actress who played lead because she was in a play that I have the soundtrack of called The Light Princess. You should go check it out. It's by Triana, so you can go check that out. I listen to her on Spotify and stuff, but she's a very good singer. Robert Smith of The Cure, the lead singer. Tony Danza, Iggy Pop, Angie McDowell. Like, these are people that I got on my birthday, and I was shocked at, like, these people on my birthday, right? So, anyway. So she's reading, and the stream ends and everything. Couple of days later, this had to have been maybe 2 days later, I think. 2 or 3 days later. She comes on her Twitter, and she is just like, okay, digital peeps, come from. Not real people per se, but let's be clear here. She goes, we're going to be finishing the birthdays, come out with me, hang out with me, I'm live in a few minutes. And I was like, yay, maybe she'll be my birthday. So I get to the live stream, and this is where it happens. This is the exact moment where everything went wrong for me, digital peeps. So, she goes, okay, we're going to finish the birthdays and stuff. And she goes, type in birthdays, you know. Now, me being, and we've all been there, we've got a little too excited. And so I would put April 21st, and I just kept going like this. I kept pasting, entering, really, really, really fast. Not thinking in a million years that how many times I was putting it in was constituting as spam on YouTube. Did not know I was didn't even know that was one of the rules. I mean, I knew that there was spamming, but I didn't think what I was doing was spamming. You know, I thought of spamming as, you know, people kept putting, oh, you know, come here and claim your prize, and they kept saying that over and over and over again kind of stuff, you know. And, didn't know that what I was doing was spamming. Anybody could have done what I've done and made the mistake. Well, she never got to my birthday, which was kind of bummed about it at the time. But now looking back on it, it's like, you know, okay, who cares? So the stream ends. This was 2 or 3 hours after the stream had ended. I go and I check my email. At this time, I was checking, you know, my emails of the day. And I get this one from YouTube. And I see the little thing says your account has been suspended. And that's all I saw. You know how they give you, like, the little, like, okay, like, 50% off, you know, at Bed Bath & Beyond, here's the newest things that are on, you know, that, like one of the, you know, how you see the title. As soon as I saw that, my stomach and heart literally dropped. I raced upstairs to go puke, and I'm being serious when I say this. I was puking for a couple of seconds. I know that's too TMI. Yes, I know a little bit of sign language, not much, but I know my alphabet and sign language. And I was just nervous and scared. I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, what is going on here? So when I had calmed down enough, the initial shock of it, I clicked it, and it said that my account has been suspended due to community violations such as spamming, and they list the code. So I think, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I didn't understand at first. And I thought, I wasn't spamming. What the hell? And when I sat down and I replayed the day's events in my head, I thought, oh my God, Buddy's chat. I was putting it in too much. I'm like, oh. I was like, oh, you know. And they said you can appeal the decision, which about 5-10 minutes after I received the email, I appealed. I'm still waiting on the appeal. I read somewhere that you appeal once. Once you appeal, you don't want to do it again because it takes a real slow time for your claim to go through. So that happened kind of the beginning of October. I'm only since. And all I wanted to do on YouTube was to watch Shane's thing. Shane Dawson's documentary with Jeffrey. And also at this time, the shop where my mom works at, they host a little breast cancer fundraiser. Because the owner of the shop / my mom, one of my mom's friends, the owner's husband played in some bands. My dad's been playing drums since he was a little boy. And he played in several bands over the years. And one of the bands the owner's husband played guitar. And he sounded like a white Luther Vandross. Like, if you took Luther Vandross's voice and stuck it in this white guy's body, oh my God, this was he was just amazing on vocals. He doesn't, he doesn't do that anymore. This was, he stopped doing that in like '89. But like we'll sing along to the radio now or something like that. But anyway, and him and his wife, he does payroll and she owns the shop and she works there. She's one of the excuse me, deliveries. My mom's been working there for like 20 plus years. All this stuff. And her family has a history of breast cancer. Like, her mother died from it, her sister died from it. The owner's sister, their mom passed away from it, that kind of stuff. I think they might have the gene for it, I'm not exactly sure. But, it runs in the family. And they like to host this fundraiser this one particular night where there's munchies, like crudité platters and cheese and pepperoni things and drinks and that kind of stuff. And they have like this Chinese auction, and the money that they've raised from all the proceeds from that night goes toward breast cancer stuff. And it's great. She has it like every year. It's great, it's wonderful. That kind of stuff. And so, right when this was happening, that was when it just got suspended. And her kids are like, we grew up together because of the band that my dad was in and stuff. It was called Shaker at the time. She's like back in the 80s, right? Like, my dad drummed for Peaches and Heart. Like, I'm not kidding when I say this. Like, he was in Vegas and he was like the opening act for Peaches and Heart. Seriously. Like, I'm not kidding. My mom says I was 2.5 months old and I'm at corn again. I'm not kidding when I say this. Literally, like, oh my God. Like, my dad could tell you stories for days. Like, he met Tina Turner's band. He knew of Sammy Davis and all those guys out. Oh yeah, like he got stories for days. Like, I'm not kidding when I say this. All true. Because I know people will be like, yeah, right, mkgtweety. Like, you're lying. No, I'm kidding. I'm not kidding when I say this. So, anyway. My dad flew from Vegas to Pittsburgh. Stayed with my mom for about a week while I was born, and then went back out because he had to make the money, to pay. Excuse me. So I made